I would be so socially inept at a gangbang, though.
Oh.
For the actual sex part, like very Nora Ephron Wallflower at the orgy. Like, I just feel like I'm already nervous enough in a social situation with all my clothes on. I don't need to be involved with like that.
I'd be like, oh, sorry. Like shuffling around, be like, oh, sorry.
Ooh,
Oops.
oh, did you
sorry.
fall behind me?
Oh, are you the guy
okay.
across the room? Sorry, am I in your way?
Yeah. And they're like, I was trying to come over here to fuck you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Welcome to None of My Business, the show where each week we invite a guest on to share personal stories about sex and relationships. The only catch is it's not their stories they're going to be sharing, they're somebody else's stories. An anonymous person I interviewed before the show about their breakups and hookups, exes and icks, the best sex they've ever had, and the one that got away. Their most intimate business. I'm your host, Sophia Benoit, and this is my co-host, comedian and actress Kelsey June Jensen, my best friend, and the person I call when I've got good gossip.
hello.
Hello, Kelsey. We have a lot of juicy gossip to get to. Ours,
thank
other
God.
people's. We're going to be sharing a lot of things for this show. I feel like we have sometimes very opposite views on sex and relationships, though, because of maybe not opposite views, but different ideas about what's wise to do. But you did tell me a story this week that we're kind of on a similar side of, but it's a little crazy.
Yeah. About, when the dog.
Yes. Your friend with the dog.
My friend has a dog who he got with his partner. Now, they've had many ups and downs. So they got this dog together when they were dating. Then they broke up, kind of.
But they were living together when they got the dog?
Yes. Okay, so they were living together. They got this dog. Then they do a breakup. And I'm putting this in quotes because they didn't actually break up because he was like, I can't fully cut everything off because I love the dog so much. But like this
But he moved out.
Yes, they moved apart. But they were spending every night together still.
Oh my God.
So they were paying for separate places in an expensive city, but still staying together every night, sharing custody of the dog. Now they're moving back in together.
What?
Still have the dog.
No.
It's always been all about the dog. Like,
I feel like sharing custody of a dog is like the hot button issue here because he seems to be dating her because she's got the dog.
yes.
At this point.
Yes.
And it seems like
I think he's just saying that, though. I think he's like, it's all about the dog. Like, I can't. But I'm like, I think you do love this person, but there's like issues that you're not addressing.
but there's people who, if you go on Twitter, they'll say like, oh, the person I started dating is sharing custody of their dog with their ex. I'm worried about this. I think they're actually trying to be with their ex.
I mean, yeah.
Do you think it's a red flag if someone you started dating was sharing custody of their dog?
I think it would depend. I think it would depend. Like, I don't know.
In my-
Maybe, like, can you guys just fucking figure it out?
A dog makes a little bit of sense to share custody to me, and that's embarrassing to admit because normally I feel like I'm pretty much like,
Wow,
no.
yeah, this is.
Like, that's kind of embarrassing, and I feel humiliated. And
No, I am
that's
going to
okay.
remember this. Just in my pocket.
Tail between my legs on this one.
Yeah.
But it's only because I'm like, I would feel so sad for my dog because she'd be like, where are you? Or where is this person?
I get it.
But if you share custody of any other animal other than a dog, that's where I'm going to draw such a hard line. If I found out someone was sharing custody of a cat
Yeah.
or like a ferret,
Yeah,
I'm out.
iguana. No.
An iguana, you're going back and forth with the aquarium in the front
Yeah.
seat every weekend.
Dude, people do it, I feel like.
I think for a lot of people, like any contact with your ex is a red flag, and it's not for me. I'm like, if you want to talk to your ex, that's fine.
I really don't care. In fact, I would appreciate that more unless it's a really bad situation because I'm like, just be honest. Like, are you guys friends? You guys are talking? That's great.
I feel like
Like,
it's a green flag for somebody to still
is, yeah.
be on good terms with their ex.
Yes.
And like, I
There's
don't.
certain situations.
Right.
but-
Like, I hope they're not fucking, but also I'm not like, what am I going to do to prevent that? Be like, you can't talk to your ex? If someone wants to fuck their ex, they'll fuck their ex.
I guess. But then we've got bigger fish to fry.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, if
Yeah,
you're talking to them and you're sharing custody of a dog, first of all, there's a logistic situation that's you
It
do.
just sounds like a lot of work.
It doesn't sound horny. I'll tell you that. I don't think they're going
No.
over and being like, oh, did you remember the leash? Did you remember his
Yes.
foot spray because he gets itchy feet? And I'm going to be like, did you guys have sex?
Well, but my mom has a friend actually, and she was getting a divorce from her husband, but they were sharing custody of the dog. But she was using the dog as a reason to be like, well, I have to go see him. Like, he has the dog. And it was like this big emotional thing that it really wasn't about the dog. It was her wanting to be back in the relationship.
I just feel so bad for the dogs in this situation. Now you're kind of changing my mind with that story, because now I'm like, this dog who has to go ride in a car ride and go to his mom's house where she's crying and the dad is
Yes.
that you maybe did change my mind
bummer.
there.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to step in. If things happen, God forbid, things happen between you and Dave, and they have a great dog.
He did tell me one time that I could have custody of the dog because he doesn't want to do dog custody, and it made me so sad. I mean, it was a win. I was like, obviously, I will have custody of the dog, but
That's a win.
It's
I think
a win.
we can
It's a
take
win.
this as a win.
No, it's a green flag. I was like, thank God. He doesn't want to do shared custody. He was like, I'll walk away.
That is one of the biggest green flags I've ever received from Dave. And he already is like a walking
he's in
green flag.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in year 9.
We're in year 9.
in our throuple.
Oh, God. We have a lot of more gossip coming up that isn't just people moving out, moving in with their dogs. We have our anonymous person today is Nina, is her name. And the person that's going to be reading Nina's stories and role-playing as Nina is one of my best friends, a hilarious comedian. And he lives in New York. Usually he's visiting. He's always giving me pep talks from afar. The sweetest man. Absolutely just an angel and so funny.
Cute.
Josh Gondelman. Josh, hi. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you have a stand-up special out right now called Positive Reinforcement.
I do.
And you can watch it on YouTube or wherever you get any of your audio.
Yep. There's a little bonus on the audio, and then the special's out on YouTube. I'm really proud of it. I think it looks really nice, and thank you so much.
We watched it actually together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
we did.
nice.
Yeah.
And we got to
loved
hear
it.
you say the words nasty slut on TV. I think you say something.
Oh, yes, I do.
You do,
Yeah, I do.
which is kind of
It
out
was
of
a joy.
character.
It is way out of character, and I'm kind of doing it as like a character.
You are.
Yeah.
You didn't like call an audience. It wasn't crowd work or something.
Out of nowhere.
I wasn't talking about my beloved mother. No, it was. It's actually, that's so funny that is what people, listeners and viewers of this podcast now know, because I think generally it's like so gentle and friendly.
Oh, it's the most out of character moment.
And there's like one moment where I'm like, oh, you're a nasty little slut. It's like I'm an idiot.
You have two things that I'm incredibly jealous of. You have one, a Wikipedia with a personal life section.
That's right. And no controversies.
No controversies,
Oh.
which is like a gold star.
Yeah,
That's like,
this morning,
That's
yeah.
rare.
oh, wow. So I'm jealous of that because I love a personal section.
Thank you. What
personal
does it
life section.
say?
It says that well, this is actually kind of leading into number 2. The
Please.
second thing I'm jealous of is you have a wife.
I do have a wife,
Yeah.
and
That's
you
amazing.
can't ever, no matter how jealous you are.
That's all right. She's mentioned in your
I mean,
Wikipedia section.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to her, but I would hope that she would.
You think that your marriage is strong enough?
I hope that my wife doesn't leave me for you after hearing I'm jealous that you have a wife.
Just any wife.
She's just like, okay,
That's
I'm
it.
out.
Yeah.
She's amazing. My wife is her name is Maris Kreisman. She's a brilliant writer and critic. She's just the greatest. That's
She
her
wrote
book
a
over
book.
there.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you're kind of in town. You're kind of famously a wife guy. These are your guys' books.
If I'm famously anything, I'm
Good.
famously a wife guy.
Aw.
And yeah, she wrote this book, and I came out to Los Angeles for her book launch here. I was at the first 3 of her book launch events. I went to the Brooklyn one, which is the night it came out, and then I interviewed her for the Boston event that she did, or Cambridge
Oh.
and Harvard. Yeah, and then really held her feet to the fire.
Yeah.
Deep, incisive
So
questions.
page 77.
Yeah.
Frost Nixoned her.
Let's dissect.
But I was Nixon.
Yeah.
I made her uncomfortable that way. And then I was at her Los Angeles event, which is really, really wonderful. It's like been so cool. And it's like this beautiful thing where I get to feel like basically all the excitement of doing something on my own, but with none of the stress. And I just get to like be psyched for her.
Yes. Ever since I
Wow.
saw that you were coming out here for her book event, I was convinced. I was like, I need Dave, my boyfriend, to write a book so that I don't have to do the work, but I can do book events
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my dream
It's
now.
so fun. Yeah, you just get to like read a good book and then talk to someone about it. It's really fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We love it.
Wow.
So on our show, it's a lot about sex and relationships, which
Sure.
is why I kind of brought up your wife.
Mhm.
And do you understand what we're going to be doing here today? Do you kind of get the concept? What do you think we're going to be doing?
I think we are going to hear and analyze, kind of pour over, close read an issue or a conversation you had with someone prior. Yes.
Yes. So
Mhm.
I interviewed someone anonymously over the phone. I got all their business and I wrote it down for you on
Thank
these
you.
note cards. It's sealed. You don't know anything
I
about
don't
this
know
person.
anything.
You don't know what you're going to be reading,
Correct.
but you're going to be role playing as this person. And I use the word role playing against my will. The
Mhm.
producers said it was good to use. And I feel weird about saying it in a non-sexual context, but I think it makes sense.
It could be like a therapy context or
Yeah.
I didn't
or
think
like
about it that way.
a team building context.
Okay, this is a team
Yeah.
building.
So like, oh, you're the caller
nurse
was a
tonight.
sexy firefighter.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
costume
well,
is behind you.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you are going to be reading for, and it's on the front of your card, for Nina today. And before you start, I'm going to give you a couple pieces of information about Nina because,
Great.
again, I spoke to Nina. I know a fair amount about her.
Okay.
And just to give you a little of an idea of who you're going to be
Yes.
today. And we'll also be hearing about your life as well. But just to give you and the audience, and Kelsey, who also
I
doesn't
don't know
know
anything.
You haven't
anything.
talked to Nina.
No.
Just Sophia. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nina.
just me. Kelsey has no idea what's going to happen. So Nina is 41 and she's from Brooklyn, New York.
Great.
Like,
Perfect.
where you're from.
Fitting.
And that's very close. That's the next stage I'm going to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
my
almost
God.
going to be Nina.
I
soon.
feel like this character, I'm more of a writer than an actor.
She is bisexual. She, her are her pronouns.
Okay.
And these are the things that I learned about Nina that I'm going to give you before you start telling us more and more about Nina.
Okay.
She says that she's kind of removed from the person she's dating, or she becomes very unhinged. Those are her only two speeds.
Mm.
Removed and unhinged.
Relatable.
Yeah, those are kind of, yes.
Honestly.
Yeah, a little bit. A little
For
bit.
real.
There was a guy she was hung up on, and after they had broken up, she was still texting him, and he got sick. And he liked a really specific brand of drink that was difficult to find, and she DoorDashed a case of it to his door, and she won't even DoorDash for herself. And she was like, "This is a story of me being a little cringy."
I think that's sweet.
I do
That
too.
is-
I think people overestimate what cringe is. And like anytime you feel a feeling, people are like, that's cringe. And I'm like, no,
I
that's
know.
being human, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of drink. Are we going to get to that?
She said that it was too identifying, and I was like, "There's one specific drink out there that is so hard to find, but DoorDash has it." But
Really?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
We'll
find
Code
out.
Red,
The
Mountain
drink, it's
Dew.
like, she's like, it is a brand that my parents invented. It is named
Yeah.
after their last name. It
Right.
will identify me
Did you say
immediately.
Mountain Dew Code Red?
Mountain Dew Code Red or Mountain Dew Game Fuel, maybe.
Maybe. You can only buy it on
actually,
eBay.
you can only get it on eBay.
I
just checked.
honestly thought that Game Fuel was just how people described Mountain Dew. Like I thought that was like the nickname for Mountain Dew.
There's its own kind called Game Fuel. You can't get it anymore.
Wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's that. Maybe that's what Nina's been shipping to her ex.
It's hard to get.
He's like on his sick bed. He's just like, get me Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
And then the last thing that I will tell you about her, just to give you a taste of who Nina is, she has twice fallen for a person who lives abroad and then asked them if they want her to do long distance and then she can move there. And both times they have said, no, thank you.
Wow.
No.
I know.
That's a bummer.
It is, especially because like at this point, I think we all want to move abroad. And I
Yeah.
think we're all kind of begging. And I do feel like if I hooked up with
Begging.
someone in Germany, which happened to
Once,
her,
I'd
I'd
be
be like,
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like getting like firing up Duolingo or whatever right away. Like,
Yeah.
do you want this to be forever? like, my impulse is to just do the accent to that person.
Not speak the language.
You
Duolingo
joke,
just
but-
to get the accent.
yeah, just to get the accent. You're like, I don't need any vocab.
Yeah.
Don't worry
just,
about that.
what are we?
You're joking, but like that is about 80% of German. I speak a little bit of
Yeah.
German and that's about it.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
good.
Yeah, you're really close.
Yeah.
Are you ready to become Nina
Yeah.
and tell us Nina's business?
Of course.
All right, go ahead and open up your envelope.
All right.
So, first things first, Nina,
Mhm.
who was your first time with?
I was a junior in high school and I was hanging out with friends. We were in this place where teenagers hung out a lot, and there was a guy there leaning against a wall. I was in a I don't believe in the patriarchy stage. You know, I don't see why men are supposed to be the ones to ask women out. So that's probably like the gentlest part of the patriarchy too.
Yeah, men
Yeah,
asking them
men
out.
asking
Yeah,
out.
yes.
It's anything that there's a dating app to counteract isn't like the most insidious part of the
No, we have bigger
patriarchy.
fish to fry for
Mhm.
sure.
So I went over and started talking to him, and he hung out with my friend and I all night. And then at the end of the night, we ran into his girlfriend, who I didn't know existed, and she went to our school. So we parted ways. My friend and I were walking to our car, and the guy pulled over across the street and ran across the road and was like, sorry, and, and then ran back to his car and drove home. Then they broke up, and his girlfriend gave me a note with his number on it.
What?
Isn't that a roller coaster?
Wow.
Yeah, that's the girlest thing I've ever heard.
I
That is wild.
tried to ask more about this when she told
Yeah.
me, because I was like, why did this girl come up to you at school and be like, hey, we
Oh, it
broke
was at
up?
school.
I think, yes, at school.
Yeah, give me
Okay,
a note
okay,
in-
okay.
in school,
Ex-girlfriend
yeah.
Okay.
passed a note being like, hey, you know that guy that was leaning against a wall that was my boyfriend?
Which is that sounds like a story from like the 1910s. Like,
Literally,
that's what
yes,
teens did for
yes.
fun. They just found different things to lean against.
Right. He has like a toothpick. Hey, that's
Yes.
wow.
Yes, I guess it worked enough, and they had so much chemistry that he broke up with his girlfriend and got that girlfriend to pass a
Right.
note about the number.
Or the girlfriend was like, this girl broke up my relationship with this horrible man, and now I'm going to inflict him on her.
It's her turn.
Yeah, that's right. It follows
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yes, yes,
Oh my
yes.
God. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. So his ex-girlfriend gave you his number.
Yes. I was very obsessed with him, and he was my first for everything. It was really terrible, actually, and we only did it once. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, should we watch Airplane, parentheses, the film from 1980?
Okay, what is your ideal, we just lost our virginity, let's put on a movie?
Airplane's pretty good,
That
honestly.
is good. I
It's
would
a
not
great
think that,
movie.
but that's good.
It's so fun. I think there's like this thing that there's a way people think about sex, especially like the first time you have sex, where it has to feel like momentous. Like, I was this guy and then I'm this guy. Like, oh, it's my first time and I have a mustache afterwards. And I think this is like a way to be like, we did this fun, sweet thing together, and now we are doing another like fun, lovely activity.
I, unfortunately, while losing my virginity, was watching the show Storage Wars.
That's no good.
So I do think there is a line where it's like you shouldn't watch that.
But that's what I mean. That is
Also, that was during. It wasn't like let's put it on. It was like happening.
So now, did that like impact on you? Like, is your like sex playlist like Storage Wars, Pawn Stars?
Yes. Every time I drive by
The
a storage
audio.
facility, I'm like, wow.
I think about it now
Brings
too.
you back.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't even watched the show, but now whenever someone brings it up, I'm like, Sophia. Yeah.
Did you lose your virginity to a TV show that's awful like mine?
No,
Anything?
I didn't. No,
No, nothing was
I did
playing.
recently though. I hooked up with someone, and then after he was like, "Let's watch a movie." He chose Blue Velvet.
Oh
No.
Yeah.
That's
I-
a red
horrible.
flag.
I think
I had never seen it, and he was like, "I have, and it's really good. Let's watch it."
it is really good, but
It
it's
was,
not
but I was
like
like-
it's not like a, hey, we just did something intimate for the first time, and I want to make you feel like safe and at ease.
Literally opposite. I was
Ex-
like, "Get me out of here." We didn't even.
Extremely unsettling.
Yes, we didn't even finish the movie. I was like, "Yeah,
I gotta go. Do anything else other than watch Blue
You
Velvet?
did
Yes.
premature evacuation during the movie.
yes, yes."
All right, let's hear from Nina again.
We broke up shortly after that. It wasn't a great enough experience that anyone was eager to get back in there and try again. It was a while before I gave sex another try.
I feel like
Okay.
I've talked to quite a few people at this point, and there's a lot of people that had sex one time and it didn't go great, and they're like, I'm gonna wait. And I think that's nice
That
sometimes
is
to be like,
nice. "Yeah,
I don't need to try that again. It's
Yeah.
sad that it wasn't great, but
let me take a breather."
yeah, let's take a
Yeah.
break. So, who, Nina, is your worst ex?
I have one ex who gave me PTSD. I got insomnia for a month and stopped eating because I'd learned he'd been cheating on me. It destroyed my conception of the universe and how people can treat each other. I didn't understand you could be lied to like that. I didn't know someone could lie to another person that they loved.
Dark.
Oh no.
Very dark.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
I met him when I was 28, and we were together for a year and a half, and then we broke up right before I turned 30. Well, actually, I was still talking to him for a bit because I was in a bad way.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there.
Yeah. Been there.
We met on an app. I wasn't super into him at first, but we had a fine time. I must have gotten pretty drunk because I went home with him and slept with him the first night. It was good, and I guess I just kept seeing him.
That's also relatable. I think, like, a
Literally.
lot of times you just keep seeing somebody.
That's how I've
For
gotten
sure.
into pretty much all my relationships. Seriously, I'm just like, well, we're doing it now. So.
Guess we're dating.
Right? Yeah.
And it's also like good sex is like a facet of where it's like, there's a lot of things that can make someone a compelling partner. And I think
Mhm.
like, oh, we had sex the first time and it was already good. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
sure, that's a person I'll see
I'm
again.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, were there other red flags other than the cheating or before the
Great
cheating?
frame of that question. It was a huge lapse in judgment on all sides to date him because it turned out I didn't respect any of his values. I
Ooh.
was just too in love with him, so it didn't register.
Oh,
So,
no.
one thing that she told me is that I asked her, what were the like specific things though that you were like,
Yeah.
we can't be together or we shouldn't,
Yeah.
that you maybe ignored. And she was like, he didn't believe in taxes.
Wow.
And I was like, that's a pretty big one. And she was like, come tax season, he was like, I don't want to pay these. And she was so pro taxes. She was like, I remember the first time I got a check, I worked at Trader Joe's and I was excited to like contribute to society. And also he was really into startups and was always talking about starting a startup. And she
Mm-mm.
said that she was very glad that this all happened before AI and before crypto, because she was like, that would have been a crypto guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would have
AI
like spent
guy.
all his money on NFTs and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I think there's like this idea that comes up every once in a while of like, it's not that important to date someone that agrees with you politically. And it's like the way she put it was, I think, so perfect of like, I didn't respect his values. And it's like, why would you spend time and be in a
Yes.
relationship with someone who you're like, who gets his taxes and just starts weeping, where he's like, it's not even the money, it's the principle. Like, ugh.
I do think that like that of I didn't respect his values. Like I think you could have differing values on things, or at least differing opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when you don't respect what someone thinks and you're like, that is a dumb opinion to have,
yeah.
that's not a good relationship.
No, it's not.
There's also so one of the biggest red flags for me in like a person for any kind of like conversation, romantic or not, is when someone is just like, I just want to like have a startup. You're like, well, what does it do? And like, I just want to be like the boss of a thing with no rules. Why is that so hard to understand?
That's why they made
Yes.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
online.
That's right.
Like run a fucking kitchen on one of those little toy
Yeah.
Yeah. It helps.
apps. What
it
the
helps.
Me being a mom, I don't know anything about games.
No,
Get
bring-
your little toy
Get your
iPad.
app.
Bring your libertarian ass to Sim City and see what
Get
happens
to
there when no
work.
one pays taxes.
Yeah.
Nobody gets water. Nobody picks up the garbage.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
SimCity. What a throwback.
Mhm.
I miss
Fun.
SimCity.
I love SimCity. So there's another
Yeah,
red
this
flag.
is so funny.
This is fun.
Breaking Bad was still airing and he hated Skylar. And
Oh.
also he hated the son, Walt Jr.
What?
Which is so funny.
I know.
Wait.
Just like he's like, I don't like taxes. I want to be able to startup. I don't respect women or people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And we'd have these fights because I'd be like, that's a child, that's his son. And he'd be like, no, he sucks. He's pathetic. Looking back, I'm like, this is obviously bad, but I was living with him. So I was just like, this is weird. It's weird you say all these things.
I do think that that's an interesting perspective, though, to be like when you live with someone and they say something, at that point, sometimes you're in so deep that you're just kind of like, oh, whatever, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah.
Instead
It's
of
like denial is easier.
yes.
Yeah. In those situations.
It's also, it felt like they were only together total about a year and a half, right? So
Mhm.
like it felt like they moved in pretty quickly, not necessarily too quickly, but quick enough that she didn't know that these were his values, that he's like, that kid's using those crutches like a crutch.
Like, but I guess that's the New York real estate
That's true.
situation.
Oh, true.
Right. It's
You
kind of
gotta
like
move quick.
sing along when the chorus comes around, but the chorus
Yeah.
is like when your lease is up and you move in with the
yes.
other person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you find out about his cheating?
He'd be inaccessible at times, and I would call and he just wouldn't pick up his phone. I was very naive and very trusting. Things had been escalating for a while, and then it was on Halloween one year, and he'd been out all night before until super, super late, and I couldn't reach him. It was all very suspicious. He came home, and I was lying on the floor of the living room. You know things are good when you're lying on the floor, which is also that's my dad once. That was his advice to me for how to get immediate attention in the emergency room.
Lie
lie
on the
during-
floor.
he's like-
That's such a good
He's like, you
tip.
can
That
sit up
is.
moaning in a chair for a while, and they'll wait until there's a gurney free. But you lie on the floor, they'll come see if you're okay.
Wow.
Was he a
that is
doctor
good
or
tip.
that's just
No,
personal
he's a
experience?
construction worker.
He's just like, been there.
No, but
has
he's
he
just
done
yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
He was just a, yeah. He had a lot of various ailments over the years, and like
Okay.
I think this was a migraine thing, like just such a headache that he was like, I can't stay sitting up. I have to be like on the cold floor. And they were like, oh, something is
Oh.
really wrong. We could get this guy
Wow.
medicine.
Wow.
That is a hot
This is a
tip.
hot tip.
Yeah.
You heard it here
It's
first.
gonna come in clutch.
I cannot. I don't know if it's a HIPAA violation that I said that. I'm not a doctor. I can't give that as medical advice, but I can't say it doesn't work.
Right.
Go ahead and violate HIPAA. That's a policy
Violate
we have
it.
on our show.
So things are good when you're lying on the floor. And I just asked, did you cheat on me last night? And he said, yes.
Wow.
Usually he gaslit me in the way where you're having a reaction to someone's bad behavior and they're like, that reaction is so unreasonable.
Mhm.
And it becomes about your reaction and your emotions rather than the things they're doing. But this time he admitted it. After that, I learned the many, many, many times and ways he had been cheating on me throughout our relationship with a lot of different people. I was living with him, and then I moved out in the morning with 2 bags, but I was still kind of in touch with him for a while.
Whoa. I'm shocked that he admitted to it, actually.
Me
Yeah.
too.
This, like, he's such a bad guy, sorry. And then
Yeah,
all of a
sounds
sudden
awful.
he's like, okay, yeah, I'll tell you everything.
The thing that's crazy to me about this situation is leave your phone on if you cheat. It's so easy to just leave your phone on and like while you're fucking other people, text back and be like, hey, still out. Like if you're doing all this, like the thing that made her kind of listen and pay attention is he was inaccessible.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right.
And I'm like, leave your phone on. You're not
How-
even smart enough to leave your phone on?
yeah, come on.
Right.
How-
He was like alibis are for the weak.
Yeah.
Right.
You will not be able to talk to me and I will not tell you why. Like a man. Like he is doing, this is like Walter White shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he respects him so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was his hero.
Apparently, though, later she sat across from a woman on a train and realized it was a woman that he had cheated on her with, which I'm like, how
How'd
did
she
you
realize
get
that?
I have no idea.
She went over and gave her her phone
She
number.
literally gave her her phone number.
What?
She said I had a business card and it had my personal phone number on it, and I gave the business card to her. I'm not kidding. You guessed correctly.
Wow.
And she was like, she never called me, and
how did she know?
that's what I mean. How do you know? I mean, I guess she was internet
she was like-
stalking. You would know because you internet stalk
Oh.
everybody.
Everybody. I know
Yeah.
everything.
She
Are you
knows
good?
everything.
I'm so good
So
at
good.
it.
That's
So
really
good at it.
What's the best thing you've ever found out from internet stalking?
I don't know because I'm finding out new information every single day.
We did
Wow.
find out that a doctor that we went to follows Girthmaster.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that was good.
That was
recently.
good. Yeah.
Like, why do I know that my doctor
Yeah.
follows
Like, I guess I know my
Girthmaster?
doctor's taste in porn now.
Yeah.
And it's thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to that doctor.
I also like if someone follows Sophia, I'm like, hey, this person followed you. You might want to follow them back.
She'll text me because I don't pay attention to Instagram. I don't understand the interface very well. And I don't know who I'm supposed to like pay attention that
Sure.
they're following me. I don't know. So Kelsey just kind of texts me and watches who.
Well, only like with specific people.
Yeah.
You know, if it's someone of importance.
Sure.
It's someone I had a crush on. So I was like, hey, follow him back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
was
smart.
like, we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta lock it in.
Yes. But she'll
Right.
find out
Make
anything.
him feel like he's part of the whole
Exactly.
scene.
Make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So she'll tell me if somebody like 5 boyfriends ago, 2 crushes ago started dating a new person.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
If
can figure
that
out who
person
everybody-
that they dated dates a new person.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, my ex just broke up with the new girl that he's dating because I found out that she removed one photo from the photo dump that she posted
Back-
months ago. It's fine.
it's
It's
we're
all right.
good.
I'm not weird.
This is no judgment. I think it's a beautiful quality to be a curious lifelong learner.
Curious
It is.
is a nice way to put it.
It's like a book report. She's like, here's what
yeah,
I learned.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like a book report.
Those are my
That's
book
what
reports.
it feels like. She
Okay, good for
also
her.
says that Nina does, not Kelsey, sorry. Nina has a strong rule now that I loved, which is that she will no longer sleep with people on the first date because this guy,
Mm.
she was like, this is the,
Oh,
so this is her
interesting.
new rule is she won't do it anymore. And she said to me, look what happened. Suddenly someone who likes startups is destroying your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's
True.
This is honestly the best reason I've ever heard to like have a policy of not sleeping with someone on the first date. Like obviously every person has the choice to do what they want with another consenting adult, but this is such an interesting policy of like, I catch feelings too fast. I will sleep if the sexual chemistry is there. I will fall in love with a bad person. I know this about myself.
Yeah.
Yes. She was
Yeah.
like, I just think it tricks you. And I was like, if it tricks you and now you like a guy who hates Walter Jr. or whatever his name is, and
Yeah.
get out of there.
Yep. That's
So weird.
fascinating.
I've talked to guys like that.
That won't.
That don't like Walt Jr.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they had a rule about not sleeping with someone on the first date. I was
Kelsey's
excited
like,
for
I've
you.
never met that guy.
Oh yeah, no, Walt Jr. Some
Wow.
people don't like him.
That is a really crimson
fucked
red
up.
flag.
He's
Oh,
he's
burning.
a character that I feel like there could have been a little more like a story to endear him to the audience.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch that and it was like, that kid's a bad person because he has a disability.
No,
I've
I
never
loved
seen the
him.
show, but I do know, like, I've seen a little bit of the first season, and that's all I know about him basically is like a little bit. And it's just shocking to me that you got to hatred. Like, maybe
You
you're just
shouldn't
like,
get
he's
to
not my
hatred with him.
favorite.
Right,
But
he
like,
Yeah.
doesn't do a lot of
like-
fun stuff on the show.
Yeah, like
he's
he's-
a character.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, unfortunately for Nina, it gets a little bit worse.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Nina. What happened after this shitty ex?
Actually, the boyfriend I dated after that is probably worse. We got engaged, but that wasn't the bad part.
What was the bad part?
Great question. Thank you for following up. I met him 6 months after the relationship where I was cheated on, and I was pretty traumatized. I had all this insecurity.
Okay.
And he was like, you need to figure that out. I was in therapy for 2 years trying to get therapists to help me feel more secure because I really wanted to be a better partner.
Isn't that insane? To be
Yeah.
like, you need to figure out your insecurity because you were just cheated on. That's your
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
Like, I want to stay with you, but figure this out.
You need to
Yes.
get your shit together.
Yes, he basically was like, you're just too insecure. So how did
Which, like, I'm sure that didn't help.
exactly
Right,
Just like, go take care of that?
Yeah.
Idiot, figure yourself out.
Yeah.
So how did the two of you meet?
We met as a mutual missed connection on Craigslist.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
She keeps meeting people in these like really exciting ways.
It is exciting.
This is a plot point for her. Like,
I kind of feel like I would get tricked by this too if I was in a similar situation, right? Like if I had a mutual missed connection, I'd be like, this is fate.
Yeah.
There's no way this is a bad person.
She's going to talk about that
Oh, wow.
exact thing.
Yes.
Like, you are correct that, I mean, it's not a spoiler. We're going to find this out, but she felt the same way. And I said the same thing. There was a guy in college that I had like kind of a meet cute moment with. We're like at a party. And then for 3 years after that, it ruined my life, the crush I had on him, because I was like, it was such a cute little meeting that looking back isn't even cute. It was not even that great, but it felt so like, this is a story. We have a narrative, and now I'm part of a narrative.
Yeah. Feels good.
If I had a misconnection on Craigslist, I would be with that person till I died.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We respond to our misconnections in order to live, as Joan Didion would say.
Yeah.
We were riding the train for one stop, and I was sitting down with a Kindle, and he was standing in front of me reading. We looked at each other a few times, but didn't talk. Then I got off the train, and I looked back, and he was looking. It was a very clear missed connection. I was on my way to
Wow.
book club, and I got there, and I was like, I just had a missed connection. At book club, I posted on Craigslist, and when I went back to look at my post, I found his post looking for me.
What?
This
Yes.
is very cute.
Wow.
That's why, like,
that
this
is
would work for
fate.
me.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so how long were you two together, and was it good before it was bad?
We were together for 6 years, and we got engaged about 4 years in. I had really wanted to know that we were going to get engaged at some point, and I would try to talk to him about it, but he wouldn't want to talk about it. I also tried to talk to him about having an open relationship, which I didn't really want, but I could tell there were things we needed to address. I would try to have those discussions, and I'd get shut down.
Wait, and why did she? So maybe he wanted to?
I think she just felt that he was missing something.
Oh,
and she was
okay.
like, maybe this will make you happy.
She was like
She's like-
problem solving. Like she
Yeah.
like diagnosed a problem, but came up with kind of like a wild solution.
Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like that has never worked one time to be like, we have problems, let's open the
Let's
relationship.
open it up.
And I also
Yeah.
think like you seem to want to be in an open relationship, so I will suggest it to you is like a very it's a tricky place to be, especially when
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want this. Like
Yes.
if
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, oh, this is something I want, and I actually think we would both
Benefit
like it.
from this.
Let's talk
Yes.
about this. I see that not necessarily as like a band-aid for a relationship, but as like something
A
that
conversation.
if if this is what someone is into. But her being like, you need to see other people, I think,
Right.
is like a tough place to be.
I feel like that's kind of common, actually, more common than you'd think.
Really?
Yeah, like people are like, oh, this relationship is struggling. I guess maybe I know like 2 examples, but that feels common to me. More
Yeah,
common
we
than
have-
you'd think.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I can think of one at least of
Yeah.
example where someone kind of offered an open relationship.
but didn't necessarily want it.
Because
Yes.
it
like-
kind of feels, it feels to me, and is you don't have to like out a person that you know, but it feels like the situation is like, I'm afraid of losing you, so I'm gonna do this to like give you this other freedom in
Yeah.
hopes that it will help you stay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it did the opposite.
Of course it
One
did.
Mental breakdown, really bad.
Oh,
So
We
I'm
did
so
also
sorry.
have a
broke up.
friend of a friend who had a similar situation where, or I guess kind of, where one person suggested the open relationship and the other person was kind of hesitant. And the person that was hesitant ended up having such a good time
Yeah.
and like sleeping with a porn star and like having just so much fun. And the person who suggested it was like, I'm having trouble dating, kind of a classic
Oh,
guy
yeah.
girl
Yes,
situation.
yes.
Yeah, you can imagine the genders of those two people. And it was just kind of like a massive disappointment for them. But it had been like this last ditch, like something needs to change.
Yeah.
I don't think you got to open your relationship at the height of its like good communication.
Totally.
It's going really
Mhm.
well.
At the peak.
I'll tell you what, if you're trying to preserve a relationship, I feel like opening it up is less disastrous than like, maybe we should have a kid.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because at least then when you break up with an open relationship, you're just like, well, now we've opened it fully.
Yes.
And if you have a kid, you're like, well, we gotta take care of this kid that didn't even keep us together.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And you don't have to go to court for custody
Right.
in an open
That's right.
relationship. So
I'm gonna start suggesting that as relationship advice. Actually,
It's better than a kid.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Just open it up.
Open
it
up.
Yeah.
Open no.
Like,
It's gonna be
so
bad
we're
both.
trying, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, I've got something you could try.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Not
not
a different
bad.
option.
Have a kid, obviously, if you want to have a child, but not
But
because
try
you're
an
like,
open relationship
Yeah,
first.
first.
yeah. Right. It's the new getting a dog.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Back to Nina.
Yes.
Nina.
I just wanted to talk about our future. He wouldn't tell me whether he was ever going to propose, and I was really sad and honestly losing my mind. I was older than him and had a lot of anxiety about that, and I was getting older and kind of freaking out, which is funny because now I'm even older and I no longer care at all. I can't be bothered, but I cared then.
Very sad that he wouldn't even just be like, hey, I will propose someday.
Yeah.
Because we know they did get engaged.
But and also this is so interesting because in her this high school moment that we were talking about, she was very much like, I ask for what I want from a
Mhm.
guy.
That is interesting.
And then, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of the time proposal is like a different level of thing where it's like often so gendered that it's like,
Yeah.
I think it's an unfortunate social thing, right? Societal
Mm-hmm.
thing that it leaves a lot of the time a woman being like, I'm just waiting for him to ask me to do the thing that I want.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think that is one of the few things where I haven't gotten like fully evolved where I'm like, I have an equal opinion of women and men proposing in straight relationships. Like, I do think I still have like some latent sexism there where I'm like, a guy should ask.
Yeah.
Like, if a woman proposes, I'm usually like, oh, that's interesting.
It's
Instead of just
interesting.
it being the same for me.
Yeah.
It is interesting. And I know some women who have proposed to their husbands, and I think it's great. But it is like, because the way our expectations are set up, the idea of it, if you're just like, close your eyes, think about a woman proposing to a man, it's like, oh, because he wouldn't do it.
That's, I think, the
Mhm.
thing. And I do think it's like a very like, oh, ball and chain. She wants to like get married and he won't do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I think that's some of the pressure for a woman to not ask, because it feels
Yes.
like he might say yes, even if he doesn't want to get married. So like,
Yeah.
you think that if a man is like, I bought a ring, I got down on my knee, that he
Yeah.
wants to be married.
Right.
And there's kind of like the stigma of like, why wouldn't he propose to you? What are you lacking that, you know,
Right,
or like,
right,
why are
right.
you desperate? Why are you like, why do you need this?
It's a power
I-
dynamic.
I used to have a stand-up joke about how if my wife had proposed to me, I wouldn't have taken it seriously.
Really?
Like, is this a bit?
Wait,
Yeah.
how did you propose
Yeah.
to?
We did it. Oh, this is actually very stupid. It's an extremely. We were watching Airplane. We took a little anniversary trip. We'd been together for 2 years, and we took a little anniversary trip to Philadelphia, where she likes to visit. It's close to where we live. We were at the hotel. I do not believe in public proposals. I think that is
Yeah, that's good.
humiliating.
Yeah.
And I got a family ring. It was up in Boston where my family is. And I had a friend who was doing a gig in Boston, and I wasn't going up. So I had him do the handoff with my parents, which is very good. Thank you to Andy Sanford for that.
Aw.
Always part of the story. And then I got down on one knee. I put on the song Caress Me Down by the band Sublime, which is
Oh my god.
it's like a very funny, it's a life callback to a thing that my wife did years ago. And I just got down on one knee and proposed like regular style, but except for Sublime was playing.
Nice.
Regular style is good.
Regular
I
style.
think regular style is like a great proposal. I feel like people either do like the public thing or like the crazy proposals,
Yeah.
and that gives me hives. How did you, Nina, eventually get engaged? How did he propose?
He actually did a good job with the proposal. He planned a fake party at his friend's house and made me come meet him at a specific subway station, not near my office at all, so we could go together. I was actually really grumpy about that. Like, why am I going to go somewhere else to go with you? I'll meet you there.
Oh my god.
But he was insistent that I meet him there at a specific time. I was very annoyed because it didn't make any logistical sense.
That's my girl. I would have been too. I would have been like, I don't want to meet you there.
Oh my god.
I have a good friend who almost missed his own surprise party because he was like, why would I want to do that? I have other plans.
Oh my gosh, that's
It was
kind of a fear of mine, actually.
Same.
Like being upset about something that somebody's like planning this nice thing, and I'm like a bitch about it.
Yeah, because he was like, this sounds really nice, but I have other plans this night. Could we do it another night? And,
Yeah.
and his mom and girlfriend were both like,
No.
no, this is important. And the more they were like, the more his mom especially was like, it has to be this night. The more he was like, what are you talking about? Why does like?
Oh my god.
Yeah. It turns out it was because he'd hired a photographer and also a musician to be on the subway train.
Aw.
And then we'd ride it together, and then he proposed on the subway, and it was really cute. I love the subway, and we'd met on the subway. I'm a huge New York person. It's just part of me at this point. The proposal was really, really, really nice. Unfortunately, he did give me these really ugly bright blue flowers that I had to hold, and they were in all the pictures, but otherwise
Bright
good.
blue.
I know.
Okay, that's not
that did kind of
good.
bum me out.
Yeah, bright blue.
Bright blue and all your
I'm like
pictures.
on board, but bright blue.
It's
Yeah.
all right. It's fine.
It's okay.
He made an effort.
Oh, of course. Of
He
course.
made
an
a
effort.
great plan.
I'm not like defending it, but I'm like, oh, that's like the plus, right? Is that he like thought to have flowers, and the minus is that they were dog shit flowers.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm wondering what kind of flowers. Like, were they dyed blue?
I bet they were
I
like
think they were the dyed
bodega
blue.
flowers.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Which
Okay.
I don't know who invented that, but they should have stopped.
They have to stop.
Like it was really cool
Please.
the first time. Like I
Yeah,
will admit, I will
totally.
give them like if I had invented dyeing flowers, I would have been like, guys, I dyed flowers.
It's like Lisa Frank flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does feel of a time. Like it does feel a little
Yeah.
bit like, oh, he proposed the violinist was playing Gangnam Style.
I hope.
I wish.
The dream.
So what happened after the engagement?
During the pandemic, before the wedding, he was like, I have to tell you something. And he told me was that he had cheated on me a ton too.
Oh my
He had been cheating
God.
on me pretty much the whole time I was in therapy, trying to feel more secure.
Brother.
He would never reassure me or do anything to make me feel better when I was struggling. He would say, that's a you problem. That's your insecurity. That's because of your ex. And he was cheating on me. So obviously we didn't get married.
Boo.
Boo, tomato, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, that's
Ew.
rough.
Imagine sending your girlfriend / fiance to therapy and being like, you need to get over this insecurity that people are cheating on you.
Yeah.
While you're doing that.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's
Well,
evil.
because it's like,
Ew.
I need you to stop thinking everyone's cheating on you so I can keep cheating on you.
Yeah.
I also like I asked her about this because she didn't name him as her worst ex. And to me, I'm like, this seems more
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
And she said to me, she was like, I feel like the first ex I got PTSD and I had this meltdown, this freak out. It like ruined my life for months.
Yeah.
And she said, I think by the time that I found out the next guy, this fiance was cheating, I disassociated. And I was like, I've already had a meltdown about guys cheating. I can't care. Like I'm
Yeah.
out of it kind of like,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
which was kind of a fascinating, heartbreaking way to look at it though,
Yeah.
to be like, I have already done this meltdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 years
Can't do
ago.
it again.
Totally.
Oh my
That's really
God.
hard. And it kind of explains why I forget the word. The second word was unhinged, but the other word she used of like being kind of like reserved in
Yes.
a relationship of like not investing all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's a bummer.
It's such a bummer.
Did she get to keep the ring?
She,
Great
I
question.
don't know that she kept the ring, but when I asked her about the ring, because he did do such a good job with the proposal and a bad job with the flowers. So I was like, what's going on with the ring? And she goes, it was fine. I didn't care. I just wanted to get married at that point. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
the flowers she was bummed about, but the ring she just didn't care.
Wow.
Because the ring is like, we're getting married.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
we
we're
got the
getting
ring,
married.
fine.
Yeah, I
We're
got the
in.
ring.
Wow.
I also, this was one thing, maybe this is not romantic of me, but there was no way I was going to spend a lot of money up front on a wedding ring that my girlfriend at the time, now wife, had not seen and approved of.
Yeah.
So I gave her
Yes.
the family ring,
Imagine.
and then after the moment was over, I was like, this ring was my grandmother's. I thought this would be like a nice, meaningful way to do the proposal. But if you don't like this ring, we can go out and get another ring that's something you'd like to wear when we're out. Or
I
when you're
have
out.
told Dave 900 times, don't ever buy me a ring for the proposal. Like you can just like open a
Yeah.
box and there's like a piece of paper inside that's like I owe you, because I'm not putting
A
like
ring pop.
I am too picky and
Yeah.
I don't want you spending thousands of dollars on that. I don't care about jewelry that much, but like if I'm gonna wear this every day or even
Oh.
any multiple days,
Yeah.
and we're spending thousands on this.
Does he know what you want at all?
No, I haven't even told him any details because I'm like, I don't want you to get the idea that you have.
Yeah. Like,
Any-
I know,
Okay,
I know what I'm
okay.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to think you know what you're doing. I don't want you to have a single idea.
I don't
No.
think I've ever bought a ring in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
And I
Most
wear a
okay.
ring every day.
Okay.
like it's most men's first time like buying nice jewelry, and
That
I'm
is
like,
so
I don't need a boy
true.
involved in this. I need my friends and I to go to
I
Shane
know, I'm like
Co.
getting
or whatever.
stressed out for you. I'm like, oh my God, what if?
No, like
Okay.
no, absolutely not. I told him. I
I have
said,
a lot on my plate now.
Also,
I gotta
a
stop
guy
it.
that wears a lot of rings, I don't know if that's a guy that knows how to pick an engagement ring.
no.
Just like, I got a thumb ring with a skull on it. I know what I'm doing.
Ew.
Actually, let him have fun. That would,
That would be pretty sick.
Why do you point at me?
because I think you would date a guy with a skull ring.
Of course I would. I can think of one right now that I've dated. But if he bought me a ring, I don't know. Not great. I don't think
we can cut this if you need me to, but I do want to say that you dated a guy that had a bracelet that was a bike geared, like a bike chain.
Oh,
she hated that.
That
I
pissed
don't
me
hate
off.
it.
I hated it.
I don't.
It pissed her
That
off.
to me is not my idea of like beautiful jewelry, but I don't hate it as much. Yeah.
He stole it from a girl. He was like,
No,
yeah,
that's
it was
even
this-
that's a red flag.
I know. I was like,
Oh,
ugh.
theft.
Yeah, it was theft. And she asked about it too. And then he was like, yeah, I have it. And he was like, yeah, I told her that I have it, but I didn't give it back.
That's really weird. Why
I
do you
know,
want a
it
bike
sucks.
chain bracelet that bad? He doesn't even bike.
He does not. He does
That's
not.
weird.
And also, a bike chain can't possibly cost that much.
No.
He's just like, I want to have something that you loved.
And it's a bike chain bracelet. All right, back to Nina and her
Yes.
life with jewelry. All right, so were there any signs before that he might be cheating?
Honestly, there were. Around a year into the relationship, we went on vacation and he was flirting with other people in front of me the
Oh,
whole time.
God.
And it was really difficult. I didn't enjoy that and we almost broke up. I have had a vacation breakup. It's rough.
We're going to need to hear
You
about that
have?
But
afterward.
yeah. But then I was like, oh, but we met in this romantic way. We have to stay together. I mean, it wasn't the only reason I stayed, but it was so convincing. Now, I don't trust meet cutes at all. It puts you in a haze where you can no longer determine what is rational.
That's what you said, basically,
Yeah.
is like the meet cute story of we met on Craigslist on the subway and it worked. And now we've been together 6 years. Like, it's pretty convincing.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm with it. But I also think like not to diagnose because Nina has been so lovely and open about this, but it does sound like she doesn't trust her heart at this point. She's like, I can't have good sex right away because I get too invested. I can't trust a meet cute because I get too invested. And it feels like she's like, this sounds like a path to like closing herself off a little bit, which is
Yeah.
like, it feels sad, like
Yeah.
knowing that she was in doing all this therapy at the behest of this awful person and just like didn't even have it in her to be shattered by that.
I also think it's really easy to look in the rearview mirror and be like, there were signs or there were red flags when, like, also in good relationships, if you looked backward, there were signs or red flags that, like,
Yeah.
you maybe should have addressed or left or whatever, but it turned out not being a problem.
Right. Or something that you fixed, right? Like I
Yes.
think there's this the like advice of like a relationship is work and it takes work. And like I think that is true in that if you are in a committed serious relationship with someone or more than one person, it is about thinking about their needs and like being there for them and like using your time and effort on them as well as yourself. But it shouldn't be work in that you're like, I have to teach this guy that people with disabilities are full humans and like and that like
God.
the wife of a drug dealer is not like a dumb bitch because she doesn't want him to like die in a machine gun fight over meth.
That's what you have to bring up in couples therapy.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is, Nina, the best sex you've ever had?
Unfortunately, some of the best sex I've ever had is with another ex that I'm still a little too hung up on.
No.
There was a
Oh.
guy after my engagement ended, and it was just really, really intense and good and kind of BDSM adjacent. It was just physical and degrading and really amazing. I'd never really done it before, but I loved it. But he didn't want anything more. So it's unfortunate that that's a highlight.
Okay. Okay.
It does seem like she has a lot of guys that she's still kind of hung up on, but it was interesting because her words were like, oh, I was kind of hung up on this person, but her tone to me was very much like, not a big deal anymore to me.
Yeah.
So I think maybe she's moving forward, but
And it's also like, it's so much about what you want, right? Like the story she told about this great sex could in some cases that could be a like really nice story. It's like I was coming out of this bad relationship, we had this really intense sex in a way that I'd never tried before, and it was really exciting to me, and that was the totality of our connection, and then it kind of like wrapped up, or maybe it's still going a little bit. Like that doesn't, but she's clearly seems like she's in a place where she's like, I would like more. And so I think that it's just so much about like a relationship is so much about like what you want when and where you
Yes.
are.
yes. So is there anything that you want to try still now that you've had, the BDSM adjacent sex?
Mhm. I've checked a lot of things off my list. Among my friends, except for my best friend, of course, I feel like I'm the most, of course.
Sorry, her best friend's going to come up. So
Okay.
we'll get to know
Okay.
her. We'll get to know
I
her.
feel like I'm the most, you're like, you should meet
You should meet
Beth.
her. Yeah.
Which is not even saying much. But anytime something about Eiffel Towering comes up, I feel like, oh, doesn't it sound so nice? Which maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Realistically, I've probably experienced it already anyway, but I want the guys to be into each other. I think that would be nice.
She wants to be Eiffel Tower, but she wants the guys to be into each other.
A little challengers
Like
type.
maybe like a kiss over
Wait,
her
so-
body.
but she's saying realistically, she's probably already done it.
It sounds like
She's had some group
But she's-
sex.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, I
Okay.
think this may have kind of happened.
Okay,
but
they
Sure.
didn't put a label on it. They're like, by the way,
they just
and now we're Eiffel Tower.
Babe, look
Like,
up.
yeah,
Look up,
yeah,
babe.
yeah. Look.
Happy birthday.
like I do think that it's so funny to have had so many group sex situations, but the thing that she's looking for in group sex is this like nice moment between two men
Yeah.
that are fucking her.
That
and
is- yeah.
she keeps describing it in such sweet ways. Like I've probably experienced it before, but I think that would be nice. And I'm like, That is such a sweet attitude about Eiffel Towering.
Yeah, of like I think this connection would be meaningful for me to like have this physical connection, and then the other two people are also connected in a similar way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. It
I
was
get it.
lovely. It was lovely.
She wants to watch a nice film.
yeah,
Basically.
basically. She's like,
Airplane.
airplane.
Yeah, she wants Airplane back.
Guys, can you kiss over me and then we're going to put airplane on? Okay, so what is your dating situation right now, Nina?
I used to feel like I wouldn't ever move on from the intense post-engagement BDSM relationship I had, but I do think I finally have moved on from it. But I also think I've kind of become more agnostic about meeting someone, getting married, and having kids. I'm constantly like, maybe I'll get surprised pregnant, and that's my best path. It hasn't happened yet,
Uh-oh.
but I've been thinking that's the best route for several years now.
What do you mean by surprise pregnant?
I no longer try to prevent pregnancy. It's no longer my responsibility to try and avoid that. I feel like it's entirely on the other party as to whether they want to take the necessary steps to prevent that. I get tested a lot, but I've abdicated efforts on that side. If someone wants to use a condom, I'm not going to refuse or sabotage that or anything. I just feel like everyone knows the mechanics of pregnancy. Everyone knows the risk. If they don't want to take that risk, they'll take the precautions. I'm obviously happy to support that, but I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bother.
My knee jerk to
Whoa.
that was like,
Yeah, a little bit.
what?
Yeah.
But then the more I thought about it, I was like, I guess
I mean, I guess that's true.
It
I
is
just like
true,
I'm
like-
not maybe just because I'm not in that place at all.
Same.
Couldn't be farther from me.
like I wanted to do like the sign of the cross on me after she said like I might just get surprise pregnant. I was like, don't put that on me.
Yeah.
Don't put
No,
that out there.
No.
I like nearly gasped.
I do think it's
Yeah.
really interesting that she's like, you guys know the mechanics. If you don't want to get me pregnant, no problem. You can say I want a condom,
Yeah.
or are you like you can decide this situation.
I mean, true.
And
Like,
it
that
is interesting that
true.
she has completely, like she said, abdicated of like, I as a woman am not more responsible for this than you are.
Yeah.
I've made my decision. You make yours.
Sure.
Which like once I like thought about it for a while, I was like, I guess it still seems odd to me to not talk about those things because like, are they not talking about her getting tested? Is that just a secret and the men don't care?
Yeah, that's my question.
I think men assume that women will be upfront about things. Like if a woman, I think that just culturally in straight relationships, men are like, if this woman is not on birth control, she will
Tell me.
say that. Or
Yeah.
if there's something I should need to know about getting tested, she'll tell me. And like, I think guys are very like, in general, like more than women, this is very painting with very broad brush, more like la 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 la. And like, just kind of like, I'm
Yes.
going to do the thing that feels good. And I will assume that like, if I'm not supposed to touch the stove, you'll say the stove is hot.
I do think it
Yeah,
is a little
that is
bit
true.
like that. I think it's almost like a weird, like, you're my mom and you'll tell me if I need to pack
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
lunchbox today or whatever. Like, I do think that that's true. And I do think that if she were to get surprise pregnant, that man would be shocked.
Oh,
even
yeah.
if he
He would
took
whine
no
and
steps
cry.
to prevent
Yes.
said
Yes.
pregnancy.
Especially
Yes.
because do you want to be pregnant, or I would like to be pregnant, or whatever, do you want me to be pregnant? That conversation is so heavy. And I bet if she said it that way, like, is it okay with you if I'm pregnant after this? Like, that is a bigger conversation.
Yeah.
I did ask her, I was
Yeah.
like, are you going to potentially, like, is your ideal that you then tell this person
Right,
and you're
yeah.
upfront and you raise the kid with this person?
Right.
Or are you just like, if I dip out and we stop hooking up and I have your child, that's fine. And she said, ideally the former. She was like, I think I'd like to do it with them. And I was like, this is a
Oh my
complex way to start
gosh.
parenthood.
Yeah,
I think
wow.
that's tricky. I will say maybe my worst, like least progressive opinion is like whenever people are like, why is birth control always about women? I do agree with her that she's like, actually there is like super effective birth control for men, and it is condoms, and men
That's
can use them.
not progressive. I think that's pretty progressive.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
there's this kind of like maybe not a meme. Meme is like too dismissive of it, but there is like a commonly asked question of like, why do we keep abandoning efforts for a male birth control pill? Why is that on women? And it's like, and my like in the back of my mind, I'm like, it's not worth arguing over this because I don't think it's like it's not like a hill I'm gonna die on. But it's like, oh yeah, men have condoms. And
They
can
do
use
have condoms. Yes.
Right.
I
Yeah.
also, yes.
And it's also, I don't, if I were this woman, I wouldn't trust a guy that's like, oh yeah, I took my pill today.
Oh
yes.
my God, no.
Like a condom is visual evidence of
Yeah.
safe sex.
I do think, why would you trust a guy to have kids with him, though, that's having unprotected sex
Yes.
on accident
Yes.
and doesn't know? Like, that seems like a bad.
It's a risk.
I think if she's like, if I get
if
pregnant.
she wants it, she wants it. Like, good
Totally.
for her. Have fun.
Right.
But I think I agree in the sense of if she's going, if I get pregnant, I will raise a child no matter what. And that's like, that
Oh
is
my
an eventuality
gosh.
I'm open to. But if she's like, oh, I would like to, if it's a person that I want to be with, I would like to have that conversation. I do feel like after you're pregnant is not the ideal conversation to ask someone if they want kids.
Yes.
Or it's not the
Right.
ideal
It's
time
very
for that
ex post
conversation.
facto. It's very like,
Yeah.
oh, whoopsie.
Right.
You're locked in.
And
You're a
it's like-
dad now. To me, I think my also knee jerk is like it's so out of your control,
Yeah.
and you have to kind of be willing to have a kid with any person you fuck.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I don't think almost any of the people that I fucked, like there's kind of just my boyfriend. Otherwise, I'm like, oh my God, if I had a kid with you, I'd be
can't
bummed.
imagine.
And
Bummed.
And
Yeah.
Nina also seems to not l- feel like many of the people she has strong sexual chemistry with would be good partners for
Right.
childcare.
Yes.
Sure,
And
I don't
child
know if we
raising.
have winners. I'd be shocked. I'm sorry. Like,
Well, speaking of her dating choices, this is a quick one, but I felt like it was fun.
okay.
Nina, do you have any deal breakers, any unusual deal breakers?
I started dating a guy and we had a lot in common. There were lots of reasons to be interested, but we were talking and he told me he'd curated a list of movies for his coworker to check out because the coworker was trying to get into movies. And this list was all just super male. I was like, I can't deal with this.
So
what
she's
were some of the movies? Did you ask?
She didn't give me specific movies, which is what I wanted to ask you guys. Like, what is
Yeah.
the list that's so male? Like Interstellar, obviously. I feel like
Yeah,
that movie
yeah, yeah.
became like a meme. It's
Oh,
like this.
interesting.
Everybody, yeah.
Is this generation Scarface or The
It's-
Godfather?
Sure.
It is a great
The
movie.
Godfather, I think, would be on that
Yeah,
list.
Godfather.
Like that used to be like if you watch You've Got Mail, Nora Ephron makes fun of how much men love The Godfather, and I feel like today it's Interstellar.
Yeah, Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan is like, and not that his movies are
They're
only
great.
for men,
I do love
but,
them. Yeah.
but it is like, it is a strong male, like,
Yeah.
this is the guy.
Yes.
I just wondered like what movies. I do think it's interesting to be like that list overall is too male, and it's all
That is
male movies.
interesting. Because I feel like if I saw a list that would bum me out, it'd be like just bad movies, like
Mm.
bad, not even like male or anything. Just like I'm like, really, this is what we're
It's like
watching.
Grown Ups too.
Yes, yes.
Just
Coworkers or
Rocky
whatever.
5, none of the other Rockies.
Yeah.
So one more fun thing. So Nina said that she got into a little bit of a BDSM adjacent hookup situation. Did you get more into BDSM after that guy?
Yeah, the really good BDSM-y sex after my engagement kind of changed things. There were a lot of elements that were more intense than had been my norm before. And then when I tried to date other people after that, the connection just wasn't there. It kind of fell flat. I'm trying to tell myself that I don't need to have the best sex in my life to want to be in a good relationship with someone, but that has always been a struggle. So that's when I joined Field. I thought the app, FEELD.
Mhm.
I thought that if I was more upfront about the type of physical connection I want, it would work out, which hasn't proved to be the case.
Do you,
Uh-oh.
you know what Field is?
Yeah.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, Field is an app that it's a dating app where you're very specific, usually about the types of sex you want to have.
Yeah.
It's
It's like kink forward.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's a great way
Yeah.
to put it. Okay, so did you meet up with anyone from Field?
Oh, yeah. I met someone through Field and we got together for a drink just to see if we were compatible. And he was like, I'm going to set up a gangbang for you, which I hadn't asked for. He was just
Wow.
very convinced that's what I was asking for. He really liked doing that. I was like, okay, I don't want to make you do a lot of work. I don't feel like it was my idea, but I'm pretty suggestible. But I was mostly like, I don't want to make you go out of your way or put yourself out on my account.
Amazing response to I'm going to set up a gangbang for you. She's like, don't
Yeah.
put yourself out. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
too
like a lot
much
of
work.
phone calls.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I don't want a gangbang in general, but I do think that if I did want one, the thing that would stop me is that seems like a lot of
a
work.
ton of work.
Getting everyone's schedules lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that people who are into it, like how
And-
many?
And this also, I think Nina is being so sweet about this, right? Like so concerned with other people rather than her own experience. Because I think she got so into the logistics and the inconvenience that she ignored the like very clear indication of this guy being like, I want to watch a bunch of guys fuck you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I also thought that was like, she was so worried that this might be difficult for him. And I was like, we should worry that you didn't ask for this. And
Right.
Yes.
Right.
apparently does this frequently, she said. She was like, he likes.
Yeah, he said he liked it or
Yes,
something?
he likes setting up gangbangs for people. So here's
I'll tell you what, his list was very male.
yes.
all male.
Wait, was he involved in the gangbang?
So we're gonna
Okay,
get
we're
to
gonna get to
this.
that. Okay.
Did he set up a gangbang for you?
Yeah, he did do that, which was fine. The best part was that it was in a hotel room, and I got to stay in the hotel room after, and I watched Sex and the City and did a face mask afterwards.
Lovely.
So how many people were there?
There were 4 guys, I think.
She did remember
Okay.
how many people were in the gangbang she had, and I'm like, I don't know that I have a stellar memory, but I feel like that number would be in my mind forever.
Yeah. Like faces in my mind. Like I would not
Like
forget
you had
that.
yes.
One thing that I really appreciate about Nina is that it seems like she's very open to new experiences and has that quality about
Mhm.
her romantically, has opened her up to a lot of stuff that seems to feel very good and exciting for her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that it does lead you, I think, when you're I've had many group sex experiences, and sometimes it's really great and cool, and sometimes there's a really beautiful emotional connection as well. That's, I think, the kind of place that leads you to be I don't know, I think 4 guys were banging me.
Yes, and maybe I've been Eiffel Towered before, and I did feel in this call I have talked about sex for so long with so many people, but every once in a while I feel kind of like a second grader again, where I'm like, oh, I think I know the number of people that gangbanged me. But,
Yeah.
I just feel kind of naive about it.
Totally.
But I do think it's great. She is, like you said, so clearly comfortable,
Yeah.
and this is so ordinary and open for her that she's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so why did he set this up for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was one of the guys, but apparently he set this up for lots of women. I learned from him afterwards that some women have the reaction of wow, this is everything I ever needed, which is great for them. But I was okay, I've had that experience. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
So she just did it once.
She did
One
it
and done.
once, and she was like, yeah, it was okay.
Okay.
I do love that she was Sex in the City in the sheet mask in a hotel afterward was the
That's
best part.
great.
And
Yeah.
that does sound really nice.
Yeah, it does make it doesn't speak well of the 4 guys.
Right. What hotel was it? Do we know?
I have no idea, but I honestly was maybe that guy should start just setting up a hotel room in a face mask, and maybe we should skip the gangbang. If he wants to do something nice
Right.
for a woman, maybe we don't need the 4 men. I mean, maybe if they want that. Again, some women apparently did say this was everything they've ever needed. But for her, maybe we just set up a hotel.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
It does seem at least co-equally for him.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I did ask that because she didn't mention specifically. And so I had to stop her and be like, was he one of the 4 guys? Because why is he setting this
Or is
up?
he just
And why does he like that?
is he just a concierge?
Right.
Also, I just wonder, does he, is this a power dynamic thing for him of setting it up?
That's
or
what I thought.
is he just looking for intimacy with men, in a friendship
Sure.
sense?
Oh yeah, or in a
not
sexual way.
and maybe, but apparently I think they just kind of I think they were all in the same room, but obviously you have to kind of take turns in a gangbang,
Right.
which I think you, from what I can tell from other people that have talked to me about it, there's some kind of reading the room going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what are the other men doing when it's not their turn? And then maybe that's what he's looking for. Those
Maybe.
in-between moments.
And that's what she's looking for as well. She wanted a sweet moment between the 2 guys.
That's right.
But she didn't get it.
She didn't get it,
That's
maybe.
right.
With these ones.
Well, and if it's not in France, it's not even an Eiffel Tower. It's just a sparkling
Exactly.
skyscraper.
She needs to get to France.
She needs to.
Needs.
So did you keep seeing this guy either in gangbang situations or just the 2 of you?
Not that long after the gangbang, he was like, I want you to meet my dom. She was this bi woman who dominated him for a while. He really liked connecting people and pulling strings and arranging things.
Huh.
But he set me up with her, and we met, and I loved her, and we ended up becoming best friends.
This is Beth.
Oh.
She's amazing. Oh, got it. Okay. Neither of us talk to him anymore, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, right? They just were like, we don't need you.
Yeah.
She and I still hook up sometimes, but mostly we just hang out as friends. If we do, it's more group things or arranged sex parties. She's really into the kink lifestyle. I'm down to participate. I'm happy to join in, but it's not my driving need. It's more of a social thing. My passion is for a more intimate monogamous relationship, but those are hard to come by. So in the interim, it's well.
Lovely, right?
Wow. What
Just
a
being
journey.
a social, not a social drinker, but a social kinker, if
Yeah.
you will.
I love that. Yeah, that's
Like,
beautiful.
She's just
sweet.
if you organize a sex party, I'll go. I don't need to.
Right.
But
That's how
That
I feel
sounds
about
really
game
healthy.
night.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you and Nina have a very similar relationship to hers is
Group
gangbangs.
dynamics,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to put in the effort to organize this and I don't need it. But
Right.
if you host a game night, I'll go.
Right. I would just rather hang out and catch up. But if this is what the night's about, I'm there.
If I have to
I'm
be
with it.
jerking off to you guys, yeah, absolutely. I'll
Sure,
go.
sure. And you love hosting a game night. You
I
love
do.
planning and organizing. So
Maybe that is in my future life. I'm going to be like this guy.
You're gonna be
where I'm just,
organizing
organizing
gangbangs.
gangbangs. I don't participate.
you actually would be good at it. She's so organized. You'd
Yeah,
be like
you are
color
so
coding.
organized.
I'm very good at logistics. I do think I could do the organizing.
You would do a really good
I
job.
would be so socially inept at a gangbang, though.
Oh,
for the actual sex part, like very Nora Ephron Wallflower at the orgy. Like, I don't think I should.
yeah.
I just feel like I'm already nervous enough in a social situation with all my clothes on. I don't need to be involved with like that.
I'd be like, oh, sorry. Like shuffling
Yes.
around, be like, oh, sorry.
Ooh,
Oops.
oh,
Oops.
did you
Sorry.
fall behind me?
Oh, are you the guy
okay.
across the room? Sorry, am I in your way?
Yeah, and they're like,
yeah.
I was trying to come
I'm
over
literally
here to
like,
fuck you.
yeah, I'm like, oh, let me move. Let me
excuse
move. Ooh, ooh.
Did I bump into your boner?
Yeah. Oh my god. Also, I would feel like I shouldn't look, even though that's like a very much a situation
Gotta
where we're
look.
allowed to look.
Yeah.
I'd be like
I'd
looking up.
Oh, it's so nice to
Ooh,
meet you.
Yeah. Right.
Hi.
Like it's someone at a party with their fly, like a regular party with a fly down,
That
or
is-
a non-sex party.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
that is how
yeah.
I would feel.
Yeah.
I think I would be very awkward. Josh, do you feel like you learned anything by being Nina? Do you feel like we learned anything? We have any lessons? We have any growth?
Yeah, I think from Nina, I like really appreciate her openness to a variety of unexpected experiences. It is nice that people who aren't even fully motivated by a certain sex thing can be like curious and engaged about something new as a way to like learn about themselves and learn about others.
Yeah, she's like very
Yeah.
like dip my toe in, I'll try it, which I
Yeah.
do think is very admirable.
Yeah.
It is, especially given like all her relationships.
Yeah.
She's been
Yeah.
to get to this point. That's great.
And I hope I like really, my heart is really open to her in the way that
Yeah.
I hope she finds someone for this kind of like monogamous connection and a child that also has a sexual chemistry that's exciting to her. Yeah, I'm like really impressed by her knowledge of self, which is a quality I reject in my own self. Not even sexually, just overall. What I'm like is none of my business.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know
So
anymore.
many things are not my business. That's how this podcast got its
Mhm.
name. Josh, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
on and doing this and being Nina today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was such a joy to get to chat with the both of you.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Is there anything that you want to plug, share, tell people about?
Yeah, so I have the stand-up special and album called Positive Reinforcement. It's on my record label, or the record label I work with, Blonde Medicine's YouTube page. I like really worked hard on it. I really hope people check it out and like it. It is like a very fun and welcoming hour of comedy. I think like if people who listen to this conversation or watch it will have like a good idea about what my vibe is.
Oh, they'll have so much fun. Yeah.
And thank you. And then my wife has a book out. My wife Maris Kreisman has a book out called I Want to Burn This Place Down, which is it's so good. It's like about having
It's
kind of like
amazing.
an increasingly expansive and compassionate political imagination, and it's like personal essays. It's really really great. And then I write a newsletter every week that has my live dates in it, and it's like fun jokes and pep talks, and it's called That's Marvelous, and you can get it at that'smarvelousnewsletter.com or just on my social media. I'm at Josh Gondelman.
Thank you so much. Thank you
you.
again.
Yes, thank
Such a joy.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys are so fun. It was such a blast.
If you're interested in us sharing your business anonymously on our next episode or just want to drop us a line, email us at noneofmybusinesspodcast@gmail.com. None of My Business is hosted by me, Sophia Benoit, and my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen. Our supervising producer is Justin Sales. Additional production by Sasha Ashal, Austin Gale, and Juliana Ress. Video editing and production by Kayla Talley. Social media support comes from Austin Gale, Kayla Talley, and Sasha Ashal. Special thanks go to Jonathan Ratliff, Hannah Lakin, John Richter, Belle Roman, and Alea Zaniris. Art direction by David Shoemaker. Motion design by Skull Closet Studio. Photography by Kyle Smithers. Hair by Issa Wilson. If you enjoyed today's show, like and subscribe, follow, or leave us a 5-star review. If you didn't like today's episode, well, that's none of our business.